Hand in your assignments into the basket as you go out. I won't be accepting any late papers. This is Miss Susan Wilson. She is an English teacher at the BII High School in Riverdale, California. It was after completing her studies and teaching courses she got hired here. It was a good start. She had not only progressed a lot in the field, but she was quite happy in her personal life as well. She recently got engaged to her boyfriend and moved in with him. She was only 26, and it seemed like everything was settled in her life. She was even looking forward to a promotion as the administrative head of the English department. Though she would have gotten this promotion much earlier, but it was because of the vice principal, Deborah Stevenson, that she wasn't considered for the position. But since Stevenson recently left the job, things were looking better for Susan. Here you go. Thank you, Rachel. Susan scanned the class last time. Where is Owen? I didn't see him today. He's absent. All right, you may go. As her senior students left the classroom, Susan suddenly got a call from the main office. Miss Wilson, Principal Sutherland is calling you down to his office. Okay, I'll be right there. Why was he calling her all of a sudden? Could it be for that promotion? Susan hurried downstairs to the main office. Miss Wilson, have a seat. I've actually called you here because I've received a complaint from one of the students' parents about indecent behavior. Would you happen to know anything about this? Indecent behavior? No, usually the students are all quite behaved. I wouldn't be able to comment on what happens outside of my classroom, but I haven't had a problem with anyone. Apart from the students. Excuse me? The complaints have been about you, Miss Wilson. What? I've never behaved like that towards any student in this high school. There must have been some mistake. Perhaps so. I'll look into the matter. Susan left the principal's office absolutely bewildered. She was extra cautious something like this never happened. How could someone complain? Throughout the day, the incident kept bothering her. She had noticed many of her students passing her glances in the hallways, in her classes, but she obviously couldn't confront anyone about it. But she knew she didn't do anything. She had nothing to fear. She tried to move on. But a few days later, she was horrified when she saw notifications popping up in her social media newsfeed. They were all rumors. About her. Beware, guys, especially if you're in Miss Wilson's class. I heard she flirts with her students. You never know when she traps you. Saw Miss Wilson calling some students into her classroom after school. What's the privacy about? Stand up for yourself. You don't have to do as she says. She's got nothing on you. Thought I just saw a student going to Miss Wilson's apartment. What kind of personal lesson is she giving him? Susan was embarrassed. Who were posting all these comments? She tried to track down the profiles, but they were all anonymous. What kind of sick game was this? Was this what Principal Sutherland was talking about? The next day when Susan arrived to work, she went to the teacher's lounge. Her heart raced as her colleagues just ignored her and left. They must have seen the post. This was so embarrassing. That's her. I heard she's having an affair with one of the students. One of the students? Or many of the students? She's sending her pics around. You know, that kind of picture. I heard the students talking about it. Pictures? What pictures? Susan hastily checked her social media. To her relief, there was nothing. How could there be? She never took any pictures. Nonetheless, over the next few days, the rumor spread like wildfire. She had become a meme, a laughingstock. Miss Wilson be like, modern problems require modern solutions. You want that A? Give me that D. Student grades have improved significantly. Boys in my school be like, if only Miss Wilson was their teacher. Date? Me please. Teacher flirts with male students. I graduated last year without a prom date. Where were these teachers when I was a student? And in only 2 weeks' time, Susan was called to the principal's office again. Wilson, I'm aware you've denied such allegations, but in the light of everything that has been brought to my notice, I thought it best to inquire again. Are you having an affair with any of the students? Affair? With who? Mr. Sutherland, these are nothing but rumors. It's not just one student, Wilson. It's multiple students. Many parents, in fact, have complained against you. This is all a lie. I'm being framed. Well, I'm sorry, but I can't allow these rumors to harm the reputation of the school. I see it best that you take leave. You're firing me? This is unfair. I didn't do anything. The decision has been made, Miss Wilson. After Susan got fired from the job, things at home started to spiral downhill as well. Whenever she went outside, she was being harassed by reporters and journalists. And suddenly, she started to make the headlines. English teacher from BII High School is facing charges for allegedly having intimate relationships with underage students. Susan Wilson, your ordinary teacher or a predator? Teacher accused of relationships with several high school students. Various sources are reporting she might have attempted to keep things quiet by paying them. Over 25 anonymous reports have come in from students about their encounters with high school teacher Susan Wilson. Parents are out to protest. As of now, authorities have fired the individual, and her teaching license has been suspended until more information comes forth on the case. I can't send my children to a school like that, where the teachers are like Susan Wilson. She's not a caretaker, she's not a role model, a teacher, she's a predator. What is going on, Susan? None of it is true, Jack. Someone's doing this to me. Trust me, please. How can I trust you when there's pictures out there? People are speaking against you. What pictures? These teenagers have taken this prank to a different level, Jack. Believe me, please. Jack quickly took out the picture that had been sent to him. What is this? Susan fell back, seeing it. This wasn't her. It was an edited picture, or at best someone who looked like her, but anyone would be easily fooled by it. Who was doing this? Jack, please, not you too. I thought at least you would believe me. I can't believe you would lie to my face after getting caught like this. You've changed. You aren't like before. And the fact of the matter is, you cheated on me with one of your students. Or students. We can't be together. It's best you leave. Even Jack broke off their engagement and asked Susan to move out. But where would she go? She was now homeless. Even her parents had refused to let her return home. What have you done, Susan? You've shamed the family. How will we show ourselves in the society anymore? Mom, you don't understand. None of it is true. People are calling you an offender. You have charges against you. I'm sorry, Susan, but your father isn't going to allow you to return here. Susan took her luggage and walked out to the park. She was now homeless. What was she going to do? She wouldn't be able to teach again, and now she was in doubt if she would even be able to get any job. She sat there hopelessly, thinking about what she would do, when she saw a few students walking down the path. They began laughing and jesting as they passed by her. Isn't she the teacher that got caught sleeping with the students at BII? Yeah, that's her, Miss Wilson. She got fired. The new English teacher came in today. Not just a new English teacher, the new vice principal came in today too. I think there's gonna be a lot of changes this year, and a lot of security. Susan stared at the students. Why is this happening with me? It was nearly 3 years ago when Susan was hired by the vice principal of the BII High School, Deborah Stevenson. Susan had no experience at all, and sometimes faced a lot of issues at work, but it was Deborah that had excused her many times. Susan, you have to follow the school's curriculum. You can't substitute other material without informing the board. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Stevenson. I didn't mean any harm. A few of the students actually benefited from the book I've been using. Susan, this isn't your school. Do not implement your ideas into the curriculum. Just stick to the old textbooks, alright? To say, Susan wasn't really fond of Stevenson, but she followed all rules and did as told. Over time, she built a good relationship with the students there. Especially one in particular who wouldn't stop praising her. You're very pretty, Miss Wilson. Would you mind if I call you Susan? How about you stick to Miss Wilson in school, alright? But out of school, we can be friends. Then can I have your number? Sure. The student had apparently told a few of his friends that he was flirting with the teacher. And eventually this reached Stevenson. Have you been giving out your personal numbers to the students? I was only trying to help. If there is anything going on between you and him, you should end it right away. If the authorities know about this, you would be fired. You're not supposed to behave like this with the students. You made a mistake. I'm letting this go, but be careful. Susan was embarrassed. Stevenson treated her like she had done something horrible, when the interaction was really nothing. Nonetheless, Susan was careful from that point on. And as the years went by, Susan focused on her teaching career. But when the time came for her to be promoted to a higher position, she wasn't. It was Deborah Stevenson who had promoted someone else in her place as the head of the English department. That's when Susan just had it with her, and deep down inside, she despised Stevenson. Surprisingly, a few months later, when she heard Stevenson had left the job, she was more than happy. It was during this time that Susan realized Stevenson's son had actually been assigned to her class. It was one day that she had given out a letter that had to be signed by the student's parents, but Stevenson's son had shown up with someone else's. Whose sign is this? Did you sign it yourself? No, it's my aunt's signature. Your aunt's? Where's your father? Oh right, you're Stevenson's son, aren't you? Your father's in jail, isn't he? And your mother, she's lost her mind. She had to resign from the job. Who are you? Take this away, I can't accept this. Everyone stared at Owen as Susan yelled at him. They were shocked. Owen Stevenson, the only child of Deborah and John Stevenson. He belonged to a happy family. But everything changed when his father got arrested for getting involved in a fight, which wasn't totally his fault. But to make things worse, he was found guilty and sentenced to time. People started saying many things about the family, calling them names, shaming them. And Deborah fell into depression. Things had gotten to the point where she wasn't in the state to work anymore. And Owen, he had no one to counsel or care for him. Eventually, Owen was temporarily sent to his aunt's house while his mother could get help. He was trying to hold strong through the difficult times. But that day, when Susan humiliated him in front of the whole class, he felt so embarrassed and ashamed. But Susan didn't stop there. She continued to insult him whenever she could, reminding him of his father, his mother, reminding him how awful his life was out of her hatred for his mother, until he couldn't take it anymore. Owen couldn't live with the shame, being told that his father was a criminal, that his mother was insane. He felt it would have been better if he didn't live to see this day, and he ended up taking the wrong step. Fortunately, his aunt had become aware of what Owen had done and immediately took him to the hospital. Where is Owen? I didn't see him today. He's absent. This was Rachel, one of Owen's friends. She, Vicky, and Kyle knew what happened to Owen, but they didn't tell anyone. I know what she said was wrong, but you didn't have to do this. I couldn't take it anymore. I don't want to live like that. I can't live with everyone pointing a finger at me, insulting my family. Everything will be okay. No, she should get fired for this. Leave it, you guys. It's not like she lied. No, Owen. She had no right to say something like that to you. After seeing how broken Owen was, his friends felt really bad for him. This isn't fair. We have to get back at her. That's when they schemed to teach Susan a lesson. They were the ones who spread the rumors about her. They blasted their social media with fake pictures, texts, comments, and memes. They even went to the extent of convincing their parents that something was up. Mom, I don't feel comfortable going to class. My English teacher is always flirting with the guys. And in this day and age, it didn't take long for scandalous rumors like this to spread. And before they knew it, everyone was talking about Susan. Parents were protesting about Susan. Susan was fired. Susan was being harassed by the police. Susan had even made headlines. She got what she deserved for pushing someone so far as to making him want to take his own life. Is that Miss Wilson? Yeah, that's her. Now she can feel what you felt. Dude, what did you guys do? That's messed up. Well, that's what she gets for messing with our friend. You guys were right. I was stupid. With friends like you guys, life is precious. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.